kind of a slow start to the day. It just took me an exorbitant amount of time to get going. That's okay. Some days be like that. And maybe it's because it's been raining all morning, which, don't get me wrong, not complaining about at all. We needed it desperately. Where I live was very dangerously close to experiencing a dust bowl situation. We have just gotten like very little moisture this winter, like barely any snow. So this is good. This is a good thing. But I do feel like rainy days are slow days for me. Right now I'm getting ready to venture out into the world, but first, sustenance. And I'm not terribly hungry, so I think I'm just gonna get like a little bit of a light snack, something to tide me over, and let me show you what has been my jam lately. Ignore this cheese box. It's just cottage cheese and blueberries. The cream cheese isn't a part of this, I'm just leaving this out to soften while I'm running errands. Because I always forget to soften my cream cheese, and it's always a problem. But yeah, this Nancy's probiotic cottage cheese, it has a bit of tang to it. It's pretty good. And there she blows. That's literally it. Someone got all bent about me using wooden spoons to eat. They were like, buy a fork. I have forks. I prefer wooden spoons. So stay bothered. Here we are, our first destination, the public library. Big fan. Admittedly, right now, I am in a bit of a book black hole. I just finished This Inevitable Ruin, the last book in the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. So far, there's another one that's coming out in May. I am waiting with bated breath. Let me tell you, I tore through the Dungeon Crawler Carl series. How many books are there? Like 8? And they are not small books. Like some of them have like 800 plus pages. Tore through that series. I really liked it, so definitely recommend if you're in like a reading slump and you haven't read the series to read the series. There's a bit of propaganda out there saying that it's a bro book. I don't believe that at all. There are strong female characters in that book. It kind of reads like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign, but don't let that deter you. It's really entertaining. It's deeper than it seems. There's like a lot of themes of grief and dealing with trauma, but like it's balanced well with humor, and I was heavily invested. So much so that I got the first 3 books from the library, and then like the 4th one was on a wait list for like 2 months out, and I was like, I cannot wait. So I ended up buying like the entire series. I couldn't wait for the library to give me what I needed. I, however, have gotten through them all, and now in a bit of a slump. I don't know what to read. I started reading The Hobbit, and I'm about halfway through that, and I just kind of want, I don't know, I want to browse the library, see what they have, see if I can like maybe pick something in a little bit of a different genre to kind of bridge the gap while I wait for May for the 9th book to come out. I digress. Let's go see what they got. Book haul. Let me show you what I got, what I picked up that I'm excited to get into. First and foremost, got Big Swiss. I have seen this recommended multiple times, so I thought now is the time. The cover is a little bit racy. Might be too racy for YouTube. You never know. Then I got The Martian by Andy Weir. I read Project Hail Mary from this author and loved it, and so I figured I would read this too. I have already seen the movie for this. The movie for Project Hail Mary comes out in like a week, so I'm excited about that. I'm kind of curious to see how the book to movie adaptation is going to be. If Ryan Gosling's not going to gosling it up. And if you're wondering what that means, I don't know. I just say things sometimes. Then I got this book, Glorious Exploits, purely for the cover. And the title was kind of cool. I was like, what is this about? I didn't read the book jacket or anything. This one is a large print book, so I feel like I'm going to rip through this really fast. It's called The Husbands. And I've heard one person mention this and said it was funny, so we will see. And then normally I'm not really in the nonfiction section, but today I got this one, Cultish, The Language of Fanaticism. Just sounded really interesting to me, so picked it up. That should last me a while. Now, off to the grocery store. We are going to be simultaneously making lunch and dinner because I just want to read for the rest of the day. For lunch, I'm going to be attempting to make a keto sushi roll. I picked up some smoked salmon. I got my cream cheese softened. I got a cucumber. There's avocado in the fridge. My hopes are high. And for dinner, I'm going to be making some white chicken chili. So first things first, let me get my chicken cooking so we can shred that. Just gonna give it a spritz. Then I'm just gonna season it with garlic powder, salt, and pepper, and then cover it with some tin foil. Put it in the oven until it's done. While the chicken's cooking, we can make our sushi. The idea is I'm gonna make strips of cucumber for my wrap base and try not to seriously maim myself with this potato peeler. So far, so good. Just have to do that like 80 more times. Okay, I don't really know when I shut off my camera, but you might have seen me fumble with this plastic wrap, and then we laid down cucumber, patted it dry, and I started a sushi rice concoction that is just an ounce of cauliflower rice, a sprinkle of this furikake seasoning, a little bit of toasted sesame oil, and a little bit of water, and I threw that in the microwave for 1 minute, and that's the beeping you heard, so it's done. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Gonna set that aside and let it cool. And we are going to spread like 2 ounces of cream cheese over the whole thing. Actually, let's start with 1 ounce and see how far that gets us, and then we will decipher if we need more. But like, in my opinion, we probably do. And then I just got this smoked sockeye salmon. I will just spread this in a line. I'm gonna spread my cauliflower rice in there in a line. I don't have full sheets of the seaweed, but I do have like these little crackers. So I'm gonna put a couple of these in here, like so, and some avocado. Beautiful. Now pray for me as I attempt to roll this up. I will admit that the roll on this could have been better. She's loose. I got some wasabi and some ginger. There's no guarantee that this is going... There's absolutely no guarantee that this is gonna stay together. So we've gotta make haste. Dip it in the soy sauce. Drop it in the soy sauce. That is a lot of soy sauce on there. And yes, unfortunately, I do commit the cardinal sin of putting the pickled ginger on the sushi. But to be fair, this isn't sushi. Not really. Come Come on, girl, you can do it. Okay, just a little bit of soy sauce this time. It's quite good. It'll curb a craving. The flavors are reminiscent of sushi. It's not, you know, of course it's not exactly, but I quite like this. The smoked flavor of the salmon kind of throws it off a little bit, but I mean, it's still pretty good. And I don't know if I'm brave enough to try raw fish. Well, not try raw fish because I've eaten it before, but I mean like me preparing the raw fish. After lunch, I went straight into making the white chicken chili for dinner. And I'll go ahead and leave the recipe in the description if you're interested. But I started out cutting up our baked chicken and throwing it into a bowl to season with garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder, cumin, salt, and pepper. Giving that a good mix and setting it aside while I chop up some green onions. Now this is a keto recipe, so be prepared for a lot of fat. You melt the butter in a big pot, and then you throw the bottom half of your green onions in the pot. You save the tops for garnish. Then add garlic, then you let the onions and garlic do their thing and get fragrant, and then you literally just dump everything else into the pot. Chicken broth, heavy cream, cream cheese. Told you there was a lot of fat in this. A little bit of sriracha, the chicken, Monterey Jack cheese, and diced green chilies. Then you just stir everything until it's mixed together, your cream cheese is melted, all that good stuff, and it's done. And then I went ahead and garnished mine with green onions and the driest lime that I have ever come across. The driest lime I ever seen. But I gave this recipe a solid 6 out of 10. It wasn't really my favorite, but that may be because I haven't really been feeling chili or stew-esque dishes lately. Steven, however, really liked it. I just came across a hack on the internet that could potentially be a game changer for me. So let's try it out. But first, let's check in on another internet hack that I did last video, 2 videos ago, I'm not sure. And that was the natural weed killer. Now, some of you made me worry and said that because I sprayed that vinegar and salt solution in my yard that nothing would ever grow again. The good news is, stuff is growing again. The bad news is, it's weeds. Ow. So it did work temporarily. It killed what was there, but it didn't prevent more from sprouting up there. I digress. Hopefully this next thing I'm going to try works better because, oh my goodness, would it save my life. It has to do with grease stains. Hold on, let me find the grease stain on the shirt. I am very prone to a grease stain. No matter what I do, no matter how many aprons I don, it doesn't seem to matter. I always get one. But a good like 30% of my clothing does have a grease stain, so if this works, it's gonna save a lot of my clothing. It just involves baking soda, an iron, and a piece of parchment paper. It looks like it pretty much worked. I just need to like wash it properly in the machine now. I ran that sweater with the grease stain through the washing machine and the grease spot came back. It wasn't like terrible, but the baking soda thing did not work that well. I might experiment with trying it again. I mean, what do I have to lose? My clothes already have grease stains, you know, but other than that, we got Chipotle for dinner. Yay, Chipotle.
It's Wendy.
Wendy Williams. And I was very excited about this because we hadn't had Chipotle in a very long time and we randomly had it the other day and it hit. It was hitting hard. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Why haven't we been having Chipotle? And then we had it again today and I was like, oh, this is why. Because the Chipotle where I live, it's very much dependent on who is working at the time, whether your food's gonna be good or not. And it wasn't that good today. But I'm partial to their chicken salad and then just like taking off the dressing. And I usually get double meat. They started doing like this new thing where you can get like a side of meat as your double meat, which I do, because sometimes Chipotle be trying to hoodwink you out of that double meat, and with the side portion option they can't really do that. So good move. But one thing I'll say about Chipotle is it is awesome that they have such a good like nutrition calculator. Like if you're trying to reach like certain goals, their online nutrition calculator is awesome. Like you could customize it and it tells you like exactly all what's in it and such, and with each modification. And I just wish that that was like every restaurant. It's hard because like when we do go out to eat, I try to like go to like local places, like support local or whatever, but you just gotta guess like if you're on a diet. Oh, and I did get a couple of questions of people asking if I was still doing keto or not, and the answer is yes, I am fully back on keto. Like I am in ketosis. And I'm doing a whole comprehensive video on my experience getting back into ketosis and stuff. I just wanted to make it like a full month in before I do that, and I'll probably share my weight then as well. And yeah, that's the tea. So I guess that's where I will end this vlog. I just hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!